You know what confuses me? The fact that we have this trailer now before we've gotten anything for Ironheart. Cause supposedly Ironheart premieres in about a month and a half from now. And yeah, we have no trailers for it yet. Meanwhile, yesterday we got our very first official teaser for Peacemaker Season 2. So let's talk about that. First of all, for those of you who don't know, the show Peacemaker was a spin-off of James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie, which was set in the now extinct DC Extended Universe. James Gunn also conceived this show. And so now that he's taken over at DC Studios, the whole franchise is being rebooted into the new DC universe, but Peacemaker is continuing. So now this second season is taking place within this new franchise. It's gonna have to carry over somehow. And actually, I did read that James Gunn said that this season will explain that, which I personally really appreciate. Also, season 1 was awesome just in and of itself. It was one of my favorite TV seasons the year it came out, and it blew up, so yeah, of course everyone's looking forward to season 2. And now we have our first teaser trailer, so let's jump into it. So it starts out with a really funny scene with Peacemaker Christopher Smith, once again, of course, being played by John Cena. He goes into this place, it looks like he's auditioning for some super team or another, and he's auditioning for, surprise, surprise, Hawkgirl and Green Lantern Guy Gardner, and Maxwell Lord, being played here by Sean Gunn. This was a pretty big surprise to me, because I wasn't expecting to see Hawkgirl and Guy Gardner in this trailer at all. At this point, we've seen these two characters in the teaser trailer for Superman, which is coming out in July. So right there, this is tying these two titles together. Yes, the show Peacemaker now takes place in this new DC Universe franchise. It's tying in with Superman. And Maxwell Lord, played by Sean Gunn. This character was actually previously played by Pedro Pascal in Wonder Woman 1984, but new franchise, new casting. And actually, funny thing about this scene, I was looking at the uniforms that the two heroes are wearing, and I noticed that they're wearing pretty much the same thing, and the logo that's on their chests, I took a closer look at it, and at first, I was like, hang on, that looks like JL. Is that Justice League? Are these heroes part of the Justice League? Is the Justice League a thing in this new DC universe already? Because that'd be neat. But upon further research, I actually realized that's not the case. That logo is actually the Lord Tech logo, which is Maxwell Lord's company. Which, okay, yeah, that makes a little more sense. I mean, yeah, Hawkgirl's been a member of the Justice League in DC lore before, but I'm not sure if Guy Gardner has. I'm just saying this makes a little more sense. Because truth be told, I don't think Peacemaker would even want to be part of the Justice League. But anyway, this audition or whatever it is, it doesn't go well for Chris, to which Autobio says,
I don't get it. We saved the world.
Meaning, yes, the events of Peacemaker Season 1 are still technically canon in some way, shape, or form. Again, I guess that's what happens when you have a soft reboot like this, which is what James Gunn said this new season is.
You suffer from a particularly severe form of toxic masculinity.
What?
Jennifer Holland is once again back, of course, as Emilia Harcourt, the badass of the group. We last saw her, along with John Economos, making a few cameos here and there in, like, the straggling DCEU movies, Black Adam and Shazam Fury of the Gods. They work for Argus under Amanda Waller. Good to see that they're back and kicking in Peacemaker Season 2. But then we get some new information. This is interesting.
Argus has been monitoring Peacemaker ever since Rick Flag Sr. was named director.
Yeah, Frank Grillo is here as Rick Flag Sr. You may remember this character from Creature Commandos Season 1 if you watched it, which you should, because it's pretty good. He voiced that character in this first official installment of the DC Universe, and now he's bringing that character to live action. In fact, I heard he is going to be in Superman first, so really he is in all three of these first installments of the DCU, which is pretty cool. And also on top of that, I guess he's the new director of Argus now? To which I say, I thought that was Amanda Waller. Alright, what happened to her? That was Viola Davis's character. She is still getting her own show, right, Waller? I wonder what the story's gonna be with that. I guess we'll see sometime down the line. But for now though, yeah, Rick Flag Sr. is the new director of Argus, and that might not be great news for Peacemaker because of what happened in the Suicide Squad. That being Peacemaker's murder of one Rick Flag Jr. Ooh boy, yeah, so I'm sure that Rick Flag Sr. is not too happy with Christopher Smith. So I guess at least one of the premises of this new season is gonna be Rick Flag Sr. coming after Peacemaker.
Does he know that I have?
Killed his son? Yeah.
Bring me Peacemaker.
Which makes complete sense, and it's a great direction to go for this season. So I can't wait to see where that goes, and if it's gonna tie into the larger story of the DC Universe. That's something I'm really looking forward to seeing. Because the fact that James Gunn is tying all these titles together, Creature Commandos Season 1, Superman, and Peacemaker Season 2, it shows that yes, all these titles are interconnected and do in fact take place in the same shared DC Universe, which is awesome. It does remind me of what the MCU did back when it was first starting. All the titles were connected in some way, shape, or form. Usually it was S.H.I.E.L.D. tying them together. But these days in the MCU, I'll be honest, these titles, they don't really feel as connected as they used to. Like Agatha All Along has nothing to do with Daredevil Born Again, which has nothing to do with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which has nothing to do with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which has nothing to do with the Marvels, etc., etc. I don't know, I'm just saying that it's kind of refreshing for these new DC titles to feel connected with each other. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. So big props to James Gunn on that, gotta say. Anyway, moving on with the trailer, we see more chaos and mayhem. Team Peacemaker is certainly back, or the 11th Street Kids as he calls them. Vigilante is back once again, Adrian Chase, played by Freddie Stroma. Hopefully this time around he won't be as annoying and stupid as he was in season 1. Yeah, he was my least favorite part of the whole thing. Again, that is kind of the thing with James Gunn titles, at least for me, is that not all of his comedy and jokes tend to land with me, but the drama and emotion, that always does. Which is why I trust him not only with Superman, but also Peacemaker season 2 and the entire DC universe as a whole. Cause honestly, the drama and emotion are what matter more than the comedy and jokes. The drama and storytelling are what make a story memorable, and James Gunn is great at that, so yeah, that's why I have faith in him. Getting back to Vigilante though, in season 1 of Peacemaker anyway, he was one of the aspects of the comedy and jokes that didn't land with me. So I can only hope that he'll be funnier in my opinion this time around. We'll see though. And of all the snippets we get towards the end of this teaser, we get one of someone who's sitting in the middle of a dark room, it looks like, with blue fire surrounding him. At first I was like, who the hell is this? But then zooming in, I was like, holy shit, that's Michael Rooker. Yeah, Yondu from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I know that Michael Rooker is in pretty much everything that James Gunn does. I'm expecting him to show up in Superman somewhere, but who he's playing here, I have no idea. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head in DC lore who does this whole blue fire thing. So if there are any hardcore DC fans watching this video, feel free to tell me who that might be in the comments, because I'd like to know. And then the very end of this teaser gives me something else I didn't expect. Chris Smith goes into his pocket dimension, which we saw in season 1, and is greeted by a familiar yet not so friendly face.
Who the fuck are you?
Okay, what's going on here? It's a doppelganger of himself, but I noticed that the chest symbol is like inverted, it's flipped. Some people are saying, oh, this is the DC EU version of Peacemaker versus the new DCU version, which this may very well be. That'd be really cool. And I guess that'd be a clever way to explain the soft reboot. It's a pretty neat theory. I don't know for sure, of course. And of course, none of us will know for sure until this episode premieres. This could be one of a million other possibilities. Looks cool though, and again with the trend of actors playing dual roles. Sonic 3, Mickey 17, Sinners, and now again with Peacemaker Season 2. I like this trend, I do. So in the end, Peacemaker Season 2 looks like a lot of fun. It's premiering on Max in about 3.5 months in late August, and I will be here to talk about it. I feel like I'm gonna make videos on each episode as they air, which like the first season, it's gonna be 8 of them. I haven't made up my mind completely on that, but at this point, yeah, I feel like I want to. Cause again, it's Peacemaker. Season 1 was awesome, and I made videos on each of those episodes as they aired. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I should do that for Season 2. Can't wait, it's gonna be a blast. So, the official teaser for Peacemaker Season 2. Have you watched it yet? What are your thoughts on it, and how else do you think this might tie into the larger new DC universe? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Now, if you'll excuse me, Babe and I are playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. And by that I mean I'm watching Babe play, but it's a lot of fun. We're in the post game now. Time for shit to get epic. Peace, Maker.